And it is horrifying. Like it is a horrifying movie, and you're trying to stay completely normal. Like, no, this isn't happening to me. Like,
Again, it's
yeah,
just interesting to point out that even though there's some sadness and loss, which is normal part of life, but you have a good life
mm-hmm,
with lots of support and lots of love
mm-hmm,
around you and lots of healthy activities. Um,
mm-hmm,
you have a career, you're educated, you're intelligent, you etc.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
And yet you've come to a point where you have to write a book about it's quite serious mental health
stop.
issues, isn't it? It's
Yes,
really
yes,
interesting. So it is genuinely breaking some of the stereotypes and myths about what mental health issues are about. So
right.
when would you say you started in on reflection? Because when we become ill, we don't know we're ill, but we need to be
Yes.
told. But on reflection, when would you say you noticed that there were some strange things happening inside your head and strange thoughts? And was there an event that precipitated it, or was it something that just emerged over time?
Well, it kind of emerged over time. And I think I just kind of hid it away and kept it secret in my head,
Yeah,
like almost like as if when people have trauma and they just bury it and don't think about it. Like, and I think I tried to do the similar thing with it,
yeah,
because I just didn't want to admit that it was there. And so, like, I mean, I really didn't get diagnosed. It's been 28 years of suffering with the mental health illness and not having a diagnosis per se and real treatment that's focused on that diagnosis.
right. So the
So,
diagnosis you have, would you mind me asking what it is
no,
now?
it's well, I have harm OCD and major depression.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Harman is
Harm OCD is where you see things happening. So I see things in my thoughts that are very violent in nature.
yeah.
And things are happening to other people or they're happening to myself. And it started when I was in my early 20s at university. I started seeing people like when I'd walk down the streets, people would just be, I don't know what I should say exactly, should not be too graphic, but stabbed and hurt and kicked and like babies being hurt, pregnant women being hurt, like just and it would just be like you're walking down the road and it's like there's a movie playing all around you. And it is horrifying. Like it is a horrifying movie, and you're trying to stay completely normal. Like, no, this isn't happening to me. Like, and it just continued on and on. And I didn't get help for it then. I just tried to keep burying it as much as I could. But then when I had my first baby, it came back so bad, like because then it focused on the baby instead. And so if when you're having intrusive, dark thoughts about things happening to your baby who you love more than anything in the world and would never want to harm, it is so disturbing. So I ended up with OCD, you have the trigger, I guess you could say, and then you have the compulsion that goes with it.
Yeah.
So the compulsion for me was just another thought. So if I saw my baby being like hung or drowned or something like that, I would just take the nearest thing towards me in my mind, a knife, and hurt myself with it in my mind
Yeah.
because that would negate, just like somebody would think about germs and wash their hands, that would negate it for me in my head so I could stop it. Because then it's like, okay, I see something happening to somebody, but if I just hurt myself with it, then, if I just drown myself, if I just poison myself, if I just do this, then it'll stop. But of course, it doesn't stop. because you're in OCD. You're in where it's a constant cycle. And so that cycle just kept going on and on and on. And with my first baby, I didn't get any help whatsoever. And finally, with the second baby, I ended up reading a book from Brooke Shields, who wrote about postpartum depression
Yeah.
called Down Came the Rain. And finally, from that book, I felt comfortable enough that I wanted to just go to my doctor and say,
Right.
okay, like I feel like I might be I didn't tell him exactly. I never said the exact things I
I'm sure
seen.
you didn't. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so to him, yeah, maybe I was having a little bit of depression. So he put me on fluoxetine, Prozac, which really helped. Like it really did.